Like, we have good pizza in Chicago, but it's not deep dish. Like, I like Beggars, Giordano's. That's like any pizza that's in paper and you can see the oil and it's cut in squares, you're in good hands.
Oh, squares. Okay.
Squares.
Yeah.
It's something about square cut pizza, and it's just done right. Like, I live in West Hollywood, but I hate it.
It's nice to be able to be close to the comedy clubs, but...
I am.
Yeah.
I'm very close, but it's loud, and Citizens app is never dry.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive.
I can't get on that thing.
I have it because it's...
There's always somebody with a sword somewhere.
I was going to say that next.
Yeah.
It's always like someone was attacked with a machete. You're
right.
Like, who has a machete?
Everybody. You know why?
Not everybody.
They at the, the Army surplus stores, they sell machetes for
No, they
$7. Yes, I swear to God. At the Doomsday Prepper shop.
On Vine?
Anyone you find. Any Army, Navy store, any of those, you can get a poncho for $1 and you get a machete for $6. That's why there's machetes.
$6?
I'm not kidding you. I'll go buy you a machete right now.
Wow. And you say, and you get a combat jacket.
Everybody's getting machetes today.
Machetes for everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show. I am your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest, comedian, writer, producer, actor, and philanthropist, Fatimah Taliah. Welcome to the show.
What's happening?
First of all, let's promote everything you got. How can we find you on the internet?
Everywhere. Everything's under Fatimah Taliah. My TikTok, my Twitter, Facebook, all of my social media is just Fatimah Taliah, so to be easy to find.
What's your favorite social?
Right now, TikTok.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Are you TikToking?
I am TikToking hard. Like, hard.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm trying to gain my following there right now. So
yeah, it's a good place to do that.
It's a great place.
My content doesn't really swim well in those rivers, but
really?
I take the same stuff that I put on Instagram and I put it on TikTok and it doesn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Do you do special content just for TikTok that you don't put anywhere else?
Yes. I mean, see, I started out as a Viner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I kind of, like, when that platform came out, I was like excited about it because I was like, oh, we're back to like fast videos. Mm-hmm. And so I've kind of been creating more of my content on TikTok and bringing it to my Instagram.
Oh.
Because from what I've learned in social media, I'm like, Instagram's going to turn into Facebook soon.
It is,
and
yes.
all the vibe is going to be at TikTok. So
yeah,
I'm trying to learn the kinks now.
I'm finding that I've been resisting TikTok. I'm like, that's for the kids. But no, it's for everybody now.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how you find out about everything.
Yeah, I scroll so much on Instagram because I'm in that age demographic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like borderline should probably still be on Facebook.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, when I go to Facebook, I literally feel like I've stumbled into the wrong neighborhood. Like I immediately just feel like, what am I doing here? Like, you're like nervous. And I'm starting to feel that way about Instagram.
Yeah.
It's getting to a point where when I come there, I'm like, it's getting like conflict. Like, it seems like as you get older, the apps get angry when you know it's time to leave.
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
Like, Facebook is very opinionated. Like, if there's any kind of political anything going on, I find it that if you go to Facebook, you're going to get a lot of opinions there.
Oh, yeah, that you don't want.
Yeah, like I remember the Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter situation. If you went to Facebook in that time, you would be offended somewhere.
Right. Somebody, yeah. Oh, man. I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but...
Exactly.
I'm from North Carolina, so and I have a lot of friends out here. So then scrolling through Facebook, it was like, this matters and that matters.
And that matters. Yeah.
I'm like,
You're like, I'm stressed out. I gotta go.
Yeah, you guys kind of totally missed the whole point.
Yeah.
Of the people on the Blue Lives
And I'm
side.
feeling that way when I come to Instagram now.
Oh, really?
I'm starting to see people have like these opinionated posts that you're like, ugh, I just want to be free.
Right. It used to be a picture's worth 1,000 words.
There you go.
We didn't
Maybe
need any words.
Deep caption.
Yeah.
I miss that.
I do too. And the reason I'm staying off of Facebook is because they just don't show anything to anyone. I've got 900 friends. Yeah. Not real friends, but people I've met. And I'm like, hey, here is, I mean, granted, I only promote my podcast on there. So yeah. But it's like, 5 people liked it.
I mean, I have a decent amount of people that follow me there. I don't think I know half of them. Yeah. But I think it's the consistency on all these platforms. I never go to Facebook, so I don't really get that much traffic. Yeah. But, and that's kind of how it works the same way on Instagram.
I think it is like rewarding you for spending time on the platform by showing your stuff to other people.
Yeah. Because there was a time I posted a lot on Facebook and I got pretty good traffic.
Yeah. I had a guest on, I don't know when this episode's coming out or when his episode's coming out, so he might come on after you. But Maddie Chimber was like, oh, I'm doing great on Facebook. And I'm
a lot of people say that.
I'm like, okay. Malik said that too.
I know he does. He told me that, and
he said if it doesn't do good on Facebook, it's going to do good on Instagram. If it doesn't do good on Instagram, it's TikTok. He's like, he just keeps hitting all the platforms until something takes off. I was like,
it's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of how the game is. It's like you get sucked in though, because I do videos with him too.
Oh yeah.
We do like stuff together, and it's like, to me, it's like some of our stuff will hit and some of it won't, or maybe it'll like hit heavy on TikTok, not so great on Instagram, and he'll be like, it killed on Facebook. It's strange.
We should, as creators, there should be somewhere as an advertiser that can look at all the numbers put together, like they do for podcasting, and go, oh, it reached 150,000 people total over all the platforms.
That would make it too easy for us. They want our souls.
Yeah, and they don't want to pay
they
us.
They basically want us to all be trapped in a digital world that never get out. Like,
making free content.
Because everybody now wants to be an influencer.
Everybody.
Like everyone.
It's the number one thing in high schoolers when they're polled. Is like, what do you want to be?
More than high schoolers. I feel like I scroll on TikTok and I literally see grandmas. Like they have thousands of followers. They're like doing the same thing every day with their grandkids. Like people are figuring it out to make money on these platforms.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Everybody wants to be an influencer.
Everybody.
That's why nobody wants to go back to work. They're an influencer now. Like,
yeah, I got 2,000 followers.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you feel like should just stay off of TikTok? Or is that like too hot of a take?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like with TikTok, you don't know. Like, whatever you like, they're going to keep showing you.
Right.
So I get scared to like things sometimes because I'm like, I want to keep the window open to what I discover.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So far, it's like exciting to see everything from everyone. Yeah. Like, you learn things on TikTok. You're like, the ice tray belongs here. You're like, what?
What?
Like,
ice tray?
I don't know. You learn shit. So not really.
That's true. I'm just scared if I start scrolling on TikTok, then that'll double the amount of time. Or when you got on TikTok, did you spend less time on Instagram?
In the beginning, like during pandemic, I started posting on there a lot. And I went viral a lot. And it was kind of addictive because you get addicted when you go viral. Yeah. But I was kind of doing both at the time because I was like still into Instagram. Now I find myself more motivated to kind of like really pop off on TikTok.
You want to go where the people are watching.
Exactly. And it's like the girls are real over there.
Yeah.
I think that's the fly thing about TikTok. People are real over there. Like, I feel like Instagram is a place where we all lie about shit.
Right. This is my best self.
This is I'm on vacation. Right. I'm not going to tell you how I'm not paying any of my bills to get here, but I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
And like, so I just feel like it's just the fake world. And then you go to TikTok, people are literally crying, being like, I didn't pay my bills, but I'm on vacation. It's the same thing, but at least they're honest.
Yeah.
But I like that shit. I don't know.
Have you heard about that app where at one point in the day, it's random. I think it's random, but once a day, you'll get an alert, and it's like, take a picture of yourself right now.
No.
And it's like real people or something. I don't know.
What is this app?
I forgot the name of it. I'll probably just put it right here.
It sounds insane.
Yeah. It texts you once.
Take a picture of yourself right now.
Yeah. You have an hour once it texts you, and then it'll live for 24 hours, and it's dead.
Like Snapchat?
Kinda. I don't know enough about it, or I'll probably know the name, but it's blowing up.
This sounds dangerous.
Yeah. And there's a new Instagram that won't let you do any titles or descriptions or comments.
Look at them trying to figure out what we're into.
Yeah. It's mainly for photographers, I think. Because people don't look at pictures on Instagram anymore.
They don't.
No, if it's not a reel.
We wore that out.
We did.
I think we did.
I wish Zucks had just bought TikTok instead of trying to make Instagram something different.
Oh, they're trying. They have reels.
Yeah, they are. But if Zucks had just bought TikTok, Mark Zuckerberg, well, if he had when it was cheap, he can't buy it now. It's worth too much.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't.
Yeah, it's the most invasive app on your phone. It's like reading all of your emails and sending it to.
Well, they haven't I wouldn't care. Like, read my emails. They're gonna. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna find. Like, they're gonna find out the truth. They're like, she's poor. Oh no. Like, yeah, I don't. I've heard that, but I mean,
yeah,
people are like, we're all into it now.
Right. It's too late. It's got its hooks in us now.
I mean, you sign up for everything. Like, even when you sign up for TikTok, I think they ask you, what's your email and what's this? And they later on, they're like, hey, do you want to add all your contacts? They like really,
we want to get all your friends in here too.
Right. It's just like, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Nothing's private anymore.
Did you grow up with social media?
No. Well, I wasn't really into it, but there was MySpace. And I believe, like, for me, I remember when I was in college, Facebook was just a college thing.
Right.
And you had to have like an EDU in order to get it. But I wasn't really into it at that time. You just put up a picture. And then eventually, I think as I got older, that became like how you would meet dates.
Yeah.
There was this thing called Black Planet.
Okay.
I remember it was like where all the black students would go to like link up and find out about parties, but it was very similar to like MySpace. I mean, back then it was basic.
Yeah.
You create the color of your background wall.
Oh, remember dude. That I remember messing with my band's MySpace page and like changing the background. And then when we shut it down, we didn't just shut it down, but we left it alone for like 4 years, and we came back and one of our songs had gotten like 1 million plays or something.
What? That was like those Napster years.
Yeah. We're like,
shit.
Y'all can't email us when we hit 1 million plays? Like,
yeah, they don't do that. Well, they didn't do that then. That's why now, like TikTok just started having where the music is licensed.
Yeah.
It's kind of crappy.
Yeah,
now you can't just use it for your own like leisure.
Yeah, but I have some musician friends that are like trying to get their music into TikTok, because you have one song go.
It's lit.
Yeah.
There's a girl, like literally I'm on there so much since I work in social media, because I find it that some of the trends are just insane. None of the songs are really good, but if it's something that hits, there's one right now. It's like, you thought I was feeling you? That man's a munch. You're like, and it's just in my head. And like now this girl, I read that she was charging like, I think $4,000 to perform. Now from just going viral on TikTok, she charges like $15,000 per show.
Okay.
Drake just flew her out. Her whole life changed.
Yeah.
From just one.
Yeah. It's like that, the Catch Me Outside girl. From Dr. Phil.
She's like a millionaire.
She sold something for like $50 million or something.
She was on OnlyFans.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
But that also is scary about this world. She was just turning 18, I believe. Yeah. The story was like it was her 18th birthday or something.
I don't know enough. I remember.
And 1 million people signed in for like weird.
It's like when the Olsen twins turned 18. Everybody was just sitting around waiting. That's gross. Creepy, dude.
So gross.
What?
So gross.
That is really nuts.
It's also, Game of Thrones though. Hey.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
That's true. Are you watching the new one?
Kind of. My boyfriend's into it.
Yeah.
I could never get into these type of mystical shows.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I love them. I like the old school medieval stuff, and I like the stuff in space, like way in the future. But like now stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'm living right now. I don't need to see now. I want to see the past.
That's true. I mean, let's see. I love Stranger Things. Yeah. I thought that was great.
Speaking of songs that went massive on TikTok.
I know.
That lady, can you imagine being her? Like,
dude,
my music career's over.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you get a check in the mail for $5 million a week.
She's still living, right? Of course.
I think so, yeah.
Because I had said that to somebody. I'm like, what if she's not even alive? Like
the estate.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just being her like granddaughter?
Wow.
And just being like, oh yeah, by the way, Stranger Things.
That's like one of those, God's always on time. You're like, no,
especially
like 20
with a
years
big
later,
fat
like
check.
exactly. That's that. Like when someone told me that, it made me think of like how when I'm like having a moment, my mom would always say to me like, God always does it at the right time. And you're like, I need it now. Like he needs to know this is the time.
Can you call him and tell him like now's good?
Oh my God. And then I'm like, and then this lady gets paid like 50 years later. You're like, this is the time.
Well, you never know when one of your pieces of content is going to get picked up by the algorithm either. So like that's why we just got to keep.
Isn't that some shit though?
It is fun to wake up and be like, what? And then you look down.
No way. Like you're sitting in an old folks home in a wheelchair looking out of a window like, I used to be a comic and I never made it. And they're like, your song hits on TikTok or your like clip hits on TikTok. And you're like, what?
You're talking to your grandkids. You're like, I made short little videos under a minute and I put them on the internet.
Right. They're like, sure, Grandpa. Exactly. Yeah. Like, sure, Grandma. You're like, no, really? Like.
Yeah. Me and 5 guys used to ride around in a tiny little van and play for 15 people in every city.
Crazy.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, we're in the metaverse now, Grandma.
Oh, man. Have you played with the 3D goggles yet?
My brother has them.
Yeah.
I did a few games, but that was like way before I think the metaverse was popular.
I haven't gotten like metaversal, but I put the goggles on for the first time this weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a weird ex-boyfriend that was like, yeah, I like watched porn in them.
Let's call him out. Let's put his name right here.
And I was just like, you would, but he was like, yeah, it's pretty dope. It's like live situation. I'm like, this is creepy.
That's too much.
It's weird.
Yeah, because where do you put the camera? That's just a camera guy thinking right there. You know, not a porn guy.
I was like, in my mind, I was like, that's awesome that he's figured it out. Maybe pandemic, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people had a lot of hands on their time.
Hands on time. Hands on time. Hands on time.
That's the name of this episode.
Hands on time.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I've played games in there. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's super crazy. You can just look anywhere.
Yeah, apparently it's like a thing.
Yeah.
People are in there. They're like at bars. They're shopping.
Meeting people.
Meeting people.
Walking around.
I mean, you can't get monkeypox in there.
You can't.
You know?
But apparently you can get it from cash.
Shit. Well, really?
Yeah.
Well, nobody really uses cash that much now.
They
so
don't.
If you do get it, it's just like, what are you doing with this money?
But they dropped it right before I went to Vegas a couple weeks ago.
Oh, perfect.
And I was just like, I'm listening to it with like some
strip
money
clubs.
in my hands. Oh yeah, strip clubs.
Shit.
Not a big fan of strip clubs, but that's probably a good way to. I mean,
really?
That's a great excuse.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, honey, I don't know, I just had some cash on me.
What is one of the like dopest strip clubs you think you ever been to?
Oh man, I hate all of them. So
really,
I mean, it's so uncomfortable for me. Like
I've never heard a man ever say this. This is great.
So I'll do the worst one. Actually in Vegas for a bachelor party. We roll in there like 20, 30 deep, and this lady just sits on my lap. And I had just lost all my money gambling. Not all of it, but like enough to like.
It sounds like she was trying to cheer you up.
Oh no. I was like, hey, you can sit here, but I'm broke. And she was like, $40 or I'm not getting up. And I was like,
wow, that's a hustler.
Well, I gotta go to the bathroom. And she was like, well, $20 to go to the bathroom. And like, yeah, she was just like, and I was, I couldn't, because she wouldn't be like my first choice. If that's putting it as politely as I can.
Okay, all right. So you were
my legs
harassed.
were going numb. I'll put it that way. So
no wonder you don't like the strip club.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm not like
I've never heard a male harassment story at a strip club.
I didn't file a report or anything.
I'm just saying, like I came in, she harassed me and told me I couldn't. It was like this was a scary story.
I have a lot of friends that have a really good time in those establishments. I think one of the things that keeps me out of those places is that my very first strip club experience, I walked in and my best friend from high school was on stage.
That happened to me. Well, that happens a lot to people.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her in 5 years.
Sometimes that's like insane. Like like at first I used to think it was weird, and then I went. Of course, you always end up in a strip club with guys. Mm-hmm. But then when I got there, I was like, the respect I have for these women. I'm like, look at this illusion they're selling. There's no way they love any of these men in here. They all look crazy.
Yeah.
But like if you go to a really good strip club, some of the dances are incredible. You're like,
yeah,
wow.
Talent wise, like I saw that J-Lo movie. That like that's some impressive entertainment. Yeah,
they have new shows like P Valley. It's like the #1 show, like in the country.
Oh, like a dance?
It's a series like about strippers. Oh. And everyone freaking loves it.
Well, I'll have to do some research.
The dances are absurd. Like
they have a new Star Wars review.
Okay.
I think it's called Strip Wars. It's like it's in LA right now. It's touring through.
It's a movie or
no? It's a burlesque show and they're all wearing like Star Wars helmets.
That says a lot about men. I don't know what to say.
Oh, yeah.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Okay.
I'll watch that one when it comes out on video.
You don't really hear women being like, we got like
You guys get the, I don't want to say short end of the stick, but I'm going to say short end of the stick. Because it's Thunder from Down Under.
What, in Vegas?
Yeah.
I've never gone on a male strip club, believe it or not.
That's the all-male Australian review.
Okay.
And then... what else? They don't have male strip clubs, right? So they have male nights sometimes when guys tour through, but I don't think it's the same.
They have that Magic Mike thing.
That's true.
A lot of my homegirls go to that. They look pretty happy. I don't know.
I had an ex-girlfriend that was like, I love Magic Mike. I'm like, why? She's like, for the story. I'm like, for the story?
Not for the story. Did she say it like that? For the story.
Yeah.
Some women like that. Like
some women, yeah. I mean, it's a way to. They get really aggressive at the male version.
I've seen it. I mean, I think it's hot, kind of. You're like, oh, look how he dances. That's dope. But like the idea that they like throw you around and stuff.
Yeah, just like a pizza, just
weird.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, slow down, buddy. That's me. Like, hey,
relax.
And I got a bad back.
There's always one of them that's a magician. He's like, now I'm gonna saw you in half.
Right.
Like, nah.
You're like,
whoa. Yeah, I'm okay on that.
Yeah, it's the air. It's the air. Like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Not for me.
You grew up in Chicago, is that correct?
Born and raised in the suburbs, though. Let me be clear, because people from Chicago are always like, "You're not from like."
Oh, they're like,
they all say that.
What street are you from?
I know. I mean, I lived all over actually, though.
Yeah.
But I mainly grew up in the suburbs in Chicago.
And was it cold? I know that's a stupid question, but
cold.
Like, did it influence your decision to move to Los Angeles?
Yes, of course.
It's nice and sunny out there.
I mean, I don't think I really realized how cold it was until living here and then going back.
Yeah.
That's when I really was like, wow, we were weird to live here this long.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely influenced me to move here, of course. Yeah.
And did you go to college up in Chicago? Or
I did. I started out at Illinois State, and then I realized that I wanted to be a part of entertainment, and then I transferred to Columbia College.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I was there for like writing and dance. It was like a full art school. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. And sorry, where's Columbia?
It's downtown Chicago.
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that would classify me living in Chicago.
Yeah, you get your
when I was in school.
You get your Chicago cred. Mm-hmm. Okay. That picture is taken in Chicago at the Chicago Theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So I've been to Chicago 1 time.
Once?
Yeah, I've been before, but we flew into Midway.
Oh, yeah, I know that area.
And we went like an hour south, so I don't count that one.
No, Midway's an interesting airport.
It is, Southwest. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My mom used to love flying in there because it was smaller. She hated to go there.
It's like the Burbank of...
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love Burbank.
I've only flown out of there like twice.
It's the best.
But it's easy.
So easy. Even especially with TSA. It's like going to the mall.
I know.
Yeah.
They're so much happier.
Yeah. LAX is weird. Just... With the construction right now, it's so bad.
I haven't been... Well, I have been. I just flew out and it was fine. Maybe because of the time I flew out. But I do feel like TSA is very angry.
They are.
They're very angry.
Yeah. And then the whole clear, you know, the clear people with the checkered shirts?
They give strong Scientology. I don't want to clear.
Yeah. And I signed up. I fell for it 1 time.
I did too.
And they put me in front of 2 people in a line.
I came up.
Yeah.
I'm sure they stole my identity when I had to take the photo. I'm sure there will be a clone of me because that's how I felt. Something about it just gave off Scientology.
Yeah. But the looks you get, because it's just bumping you to the front of the TSA line. Basically. It doesn't get you through TSA.
I mean, I'm one of those that's like, fine, let me sign up because as soon as I get through this line, I'm going to cancel standing here.
Yeah, thank you for the
basically what I did.
Free 30-day trial. But once I get on this plane and before I turn it on airplane mode.
Exactly. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But I think the meanest TSA is in Atlanta.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, it is so tough because we go to the East Coast. They always want to route you through Atlanta. Even if it's further away to come back here because it's a huge airport.
Oh, Atlanta airport is insane.
And it's about the same amount of flights as going like straight to New York as it is straight to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And it's like if you're in Florida or even if you're in Nashville, it's like, oh, you want to go to Atlanta before you come to LA? I'm like, no, that's going the wrong way.
Wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it cursed out. Like TSA is like, shut your ass up. Like you just, whoa, like the other day I just came back from there and my brother is having a baby. So I went home for, I'm going to be an aunt.
First time?
First time.
Cool.
It's exciting.
You were visiting pre-baby?
Yeah, it was their baby shower.
Oh, that's a good reason to go.
There. But when I was flying back, I had a salad in my hand and like a water. And like my plans was to drink the water, but like the entire time I'm in line, they're like, ma'am, drink that water. Yeah. Because when you get up here, I was like so like drinking this water so fast. Like the lady behind me was like, they really are after your water. I'm like, I know.
They're concerned about your hydration.
They were like, listen, you're not getting through here with this water. So just to let you know when you get up here.
I get randomly selected to get a search every single time. Because I have my computer bag and then my flight case with my cameras in it.
Okay.
And there's just so many wires and batteries and all kinds of stuff in there that they're
Does it get flagged through the...
Every time. It's just because, you go through the x-ray machine and it just kicks the bag out to the side and you're on the other side like...
They like, he got a machine gun.
That's mine. Oh, when I was coming home from Vegas like 2 weeks ago, I bought like a $37,000 bottle of sunscreen. Because I was it wasn't really $37,000, but
I was like, what?
Sunscreen in Vegas is like super expensive.
Yeah, I forget Vegas is over the top.
I mean, it's everything. It's just so bad, and I was like, I'm taking this home.
I hate it there.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Ugh.
Oh, wow.
Ugh.
That takes care of one of our speed round questions later.
Gosh, I have a really wild story about Vegas. I hate it.
Hear it.
Oh my God, it's so crazy. So
let's start with how many times have you been?
A lot in the last, I would say, 3-4 years.
Okay. You go a lot, but you don't like it.
Because it's a really, and that's kind of funny that we're talking about this. When I moved to LA, I didn't have a really great relationship with my dad, so my brother was looking for him. We found him in Vegas. Okay. And then when I was living here, obviously, my brother was like, go visit. So I started to build a relationship with my dad. So I went to Vegas a lot. At that time, and I hated it. Like every time I would get there, I would learn something new about it. That was like, this place is the worst place ever.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing comedy more, when I would visit my father, I would go down there for shows.
Yeah.
And then I would it's awful.
It's Disneyland for adults if you stay within this 1/4 mile and you don't go off the strip. But the minute you go off the strip and you see like the local side,
you could get murdered.
Yeah.
So, and I've done shows there so much that I made friends with bartenders that this guy used to stay with in Henderson. Mm-hmm. So I would stay there. So I know Vegas well. And then I dated this dancer.
Okay.
that lived there.
From down under.
It's like I had this wild life going on in Vegas back and forth at a time. And like he was on I think at the time it was called Back to the 90s show.
Okay. Or
something with like Salt and Pepper and Kid and Play.
Wow.
And he was a background dancer for that.
Yeah.
So I remember going to visit him for that, and I hated that too because it was like I had to go to the show all the time, and like so I knew it backwards and forwards.
You're in the wings, just
basically just
right.
And it would just
like,
be
get
older
out my way,
women.
Salt and Pepper. I'm trying to watch my man dance.
Yeah, and it would be a lot of fanny packs and just
fanny packs. I miss fanny packs.
Drunk older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What casino was that at?
It was at. Oh, God, what is the name of it?
Planet Hollywood?
I want to say it was Planet Hollywood.
It feels like a Planet Hollywood show.
I feel like it was. Or was it the Paris? No.
Paris is right next door, yeah.
It's like I know it started with a P.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Paris.
It's one of those P casinos.
Yeah, I was like, it's one of those. It was at the Paris.
Yeah. So you don't have a favorite casino, I guess?
I like the Bellagio. It's pretty.
Okay. Yeah.
I've had brunch there, so it was great. And I think I like, what's it called? The Aria?
Yes.
I've had some fun pool time there.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So
and then I was there once for Stand Up NBC.
Oh.
The semifinals were in Vegas one year, and I was down there for that, and we stayed, I think, at the Aria, and it was a good time. Good times.
That reminds me, off the top, I don't know if we plugged your specials.
Oh.
We have a 30-minute special on Comedy Dynamics, which is on Amazon, which is called Nice to Meet Me.
That is correct.
That's fun. When did you shoot that?
I shot it during pandemic.
Cool.
I made a bold-ass decision because it was one of those times where there was nowhere to work out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had made a bold decision to do that, and then when I chose to do it, I was like, I can't do this. Because it was just like writing. Mm-hmm. And there were underground mics, but you know what that's like.
Uh-huh.
So.
Oh, boy, I wish we could talk shit about those mics right now, but I'm not going to do it. Because I don't even want to bring any attention to them.
Yeah, but so it was hard. But my brother and I worked together a lot because he's a producer. So he kind of influenced me to do it because it was right around a time that I kind of was making a little noise in stand-up.
Yeah.
And that was my way of like holding what I had built without letting it die from sitting on our asses.
Did you write a fresh 30?
I did.
Wow.
I did.
And it was like, let's see if this works.
Not even kind of, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Nice to Meet Me came from, the stage was always my like therapy. Mm-hmm. And like we had never been sat down like that before. Mm-hmm. And I was in a momentum of what I've learning about stand-up. And it was like, I had all this shit on my mind.
Yeah.
And then it was like, the way life was like we were just with ourselves. Mm-hmm. So like I watched the news. I got to know my roommate.
Oh wow! You had a tough handy.
Yeah, crazy. Like I was busy before. It was like everything in my life in LA was very surfaced. It was like, but it was like a slower time for me. So Nice to Meet Me was just me really getting to know myself.
Oh, that makes sense.
During pandemic, in a way of like
it's you meeting yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
So I wrote down things of my perception of how I saw politics and my relationship with my mother and some things that had happened to me in my life while I was outside that I had sat down to actually be like, well, there's a lesson in there.
And some inside experience from January 6th when you stormed the Capitol.
Something like that. But no, it was just a time where I like was writing a lot of stuff because I had nowhere to like get it out. Yeah. And Zoom shows, even if I was doing those, you didn't even know if people liked the shit or not.
Right. The funniest thing about Zoom shows is where the comics were like, they're gonna record my stuff. Like,
yeah. It was like,
no, they're not. They're gonna watch it, but who's gonna rewatch a Zoom show? Like,
I don't know. I think it'd be funny to know that was a time.
The shittiest part was just not hearing the laughter back.
You could get a couple ha-has in the messages.
Yeah, just unmute like the funniest, like the people you see laughing the most. I didn't do any.
I did so many.
Did you really?
Because I was working on this.
Oh, okay.
And I was determined to finish it, and there were so many times I was backing out of this. Mm-hmm. This idea, I would freak out and like call my brother and be like, "This is gonna be horrible," and he'd be like, "We got to do this. It's like big to do in a time where no one's doing anything. It makes a statement. If it doesn't make the statement that you want as far as the craft, it makes a statement in your perseverance."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Was he a producer on the show?
Yeah, he's an executive producer.
Oh, he's the producer. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we work together a lot, me and my younger brother.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Younger brother. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And you have another one on Revolt TV.
I do.
Funny AF, episode 208.
Yes.
That's cool to have 2 specials.
I don't even look at it like that.
Okay.
I look at this stand-up now that I'm doing is like, I have 2 things that like, no one can steal.
That's right.
All the things that I say, because there's so much growth in this.
Yeah.
What is a special? You change every year.
Yeah. Because
I go back and I watch those and I'm like, what the hell am I talking about?
Isn't that all of comedy though? It's like you go back and you look at your old jokes and you're like, ooh, mm-hmm. But at the time you're like, this one's going to hit him. Yeah, this one.
This shit right here.
Oh, this story from when I was in elementary school. Woo! I got him with this one right here.
They ain't fucking with me. No, I do think that's great. Because I haven't been doing stand-up that long.
Yeah? How many years?
I'm 8 years in.
Okay. That's a lot of time to do anything.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
All of my homies are always like, man, I've been doing this 15 years. I've been doing it 20 years.
The years thing drives me insane. Because I got a late start. I'm 42. I'll be 43 next month. I started when I was 38. And people are like, well, you're not going to be anywhere until you're 12 years in. And I'm like, I don't have 12 years.
I don't know if that's true now.
I think that I've got enough life experience to be able to tell a couple more stories. I think if you start when you're 18, yes, it takes you 12 years to get good. Because that's when you're 30 and you have a little bit of life experience. Mm-hmm. But if you start when you're 30 or 40, then I think you can at least like learn faster.
I also, like, for me now, like, this wasn't an aspiration for starters. I came to LA as a model first.
Okay.
And I was doing that. And then I was writing a little bit in Chicago. Like, I had friends that were doing YouTube before YouTube was YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I've been a part of the world of like sketches and the Vine stuff before. Yeah. So when I got to LA, I joined UCB, of course, like everyone does.
Oh, killer.
And I started taking classes there. And when I was taking classes there, and the instructor was like, you have like this little stand-up vibe. And I guess my instructor at that time was also doing stand-up and improv. Mm-hmm. So he was like, you should check out these mics. And I was like, dude, that's not my vibe. And I ended up like going to one of them and it went well. Yeah. But what I'm learning now in the 8 years of doing this, I'm not sure, like, don't quote me on this, everyone, but I'm not sure if it's about like when you start or how good you are. I think it's all about who you know. And what's your circle?
I totally agree.
And how as we call the Hollywood world sees you. Mm-hmm. Now, because with the internet being there, it's like a package. Like if it's something they feel like they can make money off of, or maybe you have a great story that hits, that's funny. Yeah. That's it for you. Like they're like, this dude's ready for late night. And then you don't have 12 years. Right. To climb.
You also don't have an hour to take on the road either.
That I don't even know if that's necessary now.
Well, that's my goal though, because I love being on the road. Yeah. So I mean it's a little lonely, but if you get to take your friends, if you get to the point where like you get to take like 2 or 3 of your friends and like maybe a shooter, like a camera guy, yeah. Like if you can take your whole team, yeah, that's really the goal. But when you first start out, it's like I'm sitting in this hotel room for 23 hours a day. Yeah. To do 10 minutes.
I've never experienced that yet. I've done it a little bit, but nothing to the point where I'm consistently on the road. Yeah. I mean, I could see how that could be very lonely. But I've always known what my end goal was with this. Mm-hmm. Like, this is more for me, like, I discovered a voice that I didn't know that I had and an ability to write in a certain kind of way. But I've always been a fan of Martin. So that's what I want. My end goal is to have my own show.
I think that comedians get the keys to the castle, right? So,
I mean,
they get the first opportunities for sitcoms. They get writers' room opportunities.
Where y'all at?
Over just a regular actor that can't create content.
I think they like us because they see that edge, but I don't know if that's the case. I'm in that mode right now. Okay. And I'm experiencing it a lot because I've been focused more this year on what's the end goal. So I've been writing more and I've been auditioning more. And I think that, you know, the networks are like intrigued by the stand-ups because they're like, they know we can be funny. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know if that's going to be the end all be all of choices now.
Do you think they just want to have, like, they want to keep the writers and the actors separate? Like, let's keep the funny people over in the writer's room and let's just get some beautiful faces to say the words that the writers say. Do you think they're scared of comics?
No, I don't think they're scared of us. It's just, how are you packaging it? Yeah. Like most comics make their own show. A lot of times that's a set they do. Yeah. You got to paint the picture in this town.
It's true.
So if they don't, they are going to go with what looks like, because I mean, anybody would do that. I don't know, if you were doing a show and you imagined I don't know, you imagine Phil to be a bear. So if I came in to audition for Phil, you'd be like, it's not a black girl. It's a blue bear.
Right.
Like, it's the thing. It's kind of what they do, and it's what I'm experiencing anyway.
Yeah, it is kind of like being in the right place at the right time and having somebody be in the right mood for your energy when you walk in the room.
But they do, I feel like they are more attracted to our kind.
Yeah. Well, there's way less comedians than there are actors.
You think so?
I do. Working.
Oh, less. Okay, I think you said more.
Oh, yeah, way less, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Comedians.
That can act?
I think most comedians can do some acting, but not all actors can do comedy.
So scary to stay in LA. Actors be out here being like, I'm a comic this week. You're like, what?
No, you were on Entourage for 9 seasons. That doesn't make you a comic.
I mean, but those people be booking. It'd be wow.
Well,
you've been outside, you'd be like, oh, I didn't know he did comedy.
There's 2 sides to this coin, right?
Yeah.
If you can sell tickets,
right,
it almost doesn't matter if you're funny.
Right.
Because it's a business, right? So the club wants to fill all the seats and sell the 2 drinks and the cheese nachos, right? So if you are an actor that can sell tickets, why not give that person stage time?
Absolutely.
And if all you get out of it is like a sneaky little Instagram post, I saw so-and-so from this show last night, everybody wins. The club gets the money, that person thinks they're funny, and the people were entertained. So I don't think it's hurting comedy.
No.
And those people could go book tours and they can go do like a speaking engagement and they can call it comedy if they want to.
True. But
the real comics are going to get, those people have a fan base. The actors that are doing comedy have a fan base and they're playing to those people who want to see them. But the good thing is that maybe there's more people in the audience for the real comics to perform to that now could get new fans.
I guess so. I guess if you look at it on both ways. Yeah. I'm like, it does the, I don't know her name, but the woman that is the lead in The Marvelous Miss Maisel, is she an actual comic?
No.
See?
She plays one on TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't go, you know what? This girl she does this.
Yeah.
You know, she lives this life. She could play this role.
She talked about it on Rogan. And I don't remember what she said.
I'm just getting into the show.
Yeah.
And I was like watching that being like, oh, like they didn't pick a stand-up comic for that. They picked an actor.
That's true.
So like most stand-up comics, from what I've noticed, just watching, you know, other veterans out in the game, they get their shows from their sets of who they are already.
Yeah.
They don't usually, I mean, not saying that could happen, but some comics end up on a roll sometimes. But a lot of times those comics they're dabbling in the actor world. They're taking classes. They're moving in that direction. But like, I don't think that casting is like grabbing all the comics and making them leads.
No. And and I guess it also depends on what you want as a comic.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. For me, this has been more of a focused year of what's the end goal and understanding that like you need to start working in that area. You understand the concept of stand up, and that's a growth space. As long as you stay on stage, you're gonna get great. But what's the end goal of what you want out of this entire experience? Because like for me in the beginning, I wasn't really aware of the business standpoint of just being in Hollywood in general.
Right, which is really hard to get unless it's like you can't be on the inside until you've been on the inside, right? You can't learn the lessons until you've been on set and experienced that show thing. And you had a pilot, right?
I did.
The something life of, I didn't write it down.
The Life and Times of Samantha Jane.
Yeah, and you played Samantha.
I did.
Did you write that?
I did.
How was that experience? Was it more than a pilot?
We just did a pilot.
Okay.
That's what I could afford at the time. But I was a part of the CBS Diversity Showcase as a writer. And I learned a lot of technique there. And I had the ability to write. And so I wrote that pilot based off my experience as a stand-up moving to LA.
Okay, cool.
And what that was like. So when we shot that was my introduction of really like being like, okay, this is really where you want to be as far as your end goal. Right. So I've continued to like write, and I'm kind of working on a pilot now that I'm really excited about that I'm trying to pitch. So
do you have the script that you could just read so we can steal it from you?
This is a personal story. I don't know if someone steals that from me, that would be kind of wild.
Oh, it's LA, man.
That's true. Like,
someone will be like, I wrote this all by myself with no help.
That'd be crazy. But
yeah, that is crazy.
I mean, you never know. I mean, I'm definitely running the set on stage now, so it can match up to what I have going on. But yeah, I had that pilot, and that was an experience.
Yeah.
Because it was like I was the lead, but I was also the producer.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
Oh my gosh. How can you, like, when you're on set, how do you get where you need to go as an actor and turn off the producer brain? Like, I know we got to take care of this, and this, but right now I got to be here and do that.
I don't even think I accomplished that. I think at that time in my life, I didn't know what I was walking into. And, you know, I had experience as an actor because I've studied and trained, but that was my first time ever writing and producing something. So I don't think I accomplished it. Yeah. I definitely know when I watch it, I'm like, oh, you were definitely worried about why that lamp was here, or you forgot to say something. So that's hard.
Such a challenge to wear 3 hats.
It was.
And probably 5 more that.
But it was so much fun. Yeah. At the time in my life, I had a great team. My director is still a good friend of mine, and everyone that worked on my set they went to the Art Institute.
Oh, cool.
So we got a lot of discounts to use locations because of that.
Oh, that was my next question. And did you shoot on location or just a set build?
We did. We shot it used to be called Open Space Cafe. It used to be on Fairfax. Okay. I think now it's like a Dave's Hot Chicken.
Everything is a Dave's Hot Chicken
now.
I drove past one in Hollywood I didn't know was there yesterday.
Yeah, they're popping up everywhere. They're like, people need chicken and they need it hot.
Yeah. For those of you at home that don't know the story, Dave started in a tent in a parking lot, and now he has locations.
Right.
Yeah, and he would have to tweet where he was going.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like, what do you want? It was like 1 or 2. Like
that was the cool time.
Yeah, it was underground.
I know.
And then he went retail, and the line was down the street.
Backyard chicken.
Yeah. He started in North Hollywood.
But they used to have like a stage back there, and it was like an open mic. So I like had a good relationship with them, and they let me use the coffee shop.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I used my apartment, and I had a set director who was so cool at being able to make my apartment look different. Like we were in different locations. It was really low budget. But, you know, I was in acting class at the time, so everyone that was in my class was pretty much a part of my...
And that's one of the reasons to go to class.
Go to class.
Somebody catches something, they're like...
You know, boom.
Everybody's coming with me on Saturday.
Hey, we're doing this.
That's right.
But, yeah, we did it, and it was cool. I mean, I got a colorist. I learned a lot about the whole idea of production. And I think around the time I put it out was when Issa Rae put out the Awkward Black Girl.
Oh.
So I was, like, inspired... But we didn't have enough money to finish, but down the line in the future, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's always good to have a proof of concept, because then everybody in Hollywood's like, well, what else do you have?
Oh, my God, this town.
Yeah. It's like, well, this is a really great idea. And they're like, yeah, but you got to prove they have 2 other ideas that we're not going to make, so that we'll make this one idea that you do have. It's like, so silly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was literally telling my mom that the other day. I was like, Mom, they're trying to take my sanity. And she was just like, what do you mean, honey? I was like, no, they won't let me. Because like when I go home and I see my family, like, honey, we love your videos. Why haven't you made it yet? I'm like, because I haven't traded in my sanity.
Right.
And she's like, what does that mean? I'm like, I'm not all the way crazy. They won't let me play until I'm done.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and that's why you hear about people losing their marbles all the time out here.
Well, how can you not? Like, I find it hilarious that this is the only place that people are like, be yourself. Just be yourself.
Until you lose yourself.
And then they're like, you know what? We like you, but not all of you.
Right.
We need you to kind of tweak this version. And that's every year. And then eventually like, who am I? Right. You're like, you don't know what to fucking do.
It's so crazy. Because I see it from the other side, being an AD. And I stopped doing television and movies a long time ago because they will just rob you of everything that you have. Oh my God. They want you to work 16-hour days, 5 days a week.
I think everyone's doing that now. Even if you work at Ralph's.
Well, yeah.
Working 16-hour days.
Yeah, but if you're on commercials, it's basically like you scout one day, and then like 4 days later, you shoot 1 or 2 days, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And then you have some time off.
Commercials are amazing.
Oh, they're great. I'm going to be overnight at Disneyland on Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Yes. I don't know if I should say that.
Well, then no.
Yeah, I'll cut it out.
Yeah.
But by the time this comes out, it'll be, who knows?
Yeah.
Or I might put this out on Wednesday.
Never, you can do whatever. Like, this is Hollywood.
I'm the executive producer of this show.
You get to do whatever you want.
And the sound engineer.
Now that's how you make it in Hollywood.
Do everything yourself.
Exactly what we're just saying. Samantha Jane, executive producing anything for yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you stay alive.
Yeah. Because then you own it and you control it, and you decide when it goes out. Exactly. The good thing about being connected to the studio system, though, is that they have the money to advertise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my experience with the special. I didn't know what to expect after, we finished shooting it. And then it was funny because, like, throughout my entire journey of stand-up, I've been, like, one of those people that hates listening to themselves or hates watching themselves.
Okay.
And I had to do that. the whole time for editing.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It made me a better comic. Like, I feel like I got so much better after watching that special. But we didn't know that Comedy Dynamics was going to take it.
Oh, you filmed it on your own and then they picked it up. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's, I think I've seen more success with people who decide to like double down on themselves.
Thank you.
Like Joe Coy did that for his first special.
Yeah, we were in that unemployment money time. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No. I didn't have a whole lot of money, but I had a friend, really close friend. We're still really great friends, and he had a nice home in his backyard. He does shows in it. Like, he used to have mics back there. So he allowed me to use his space, and we rented out chairs. And believe it or not, everyone in my family is in entertainment. Like I said, my brother was the executive producer, and my younger cousin is the director because he works in directing music videos. So it was cool. Like, he knew where to get cameras. My brother is a DJ too, so he was like, boom, I'm the DJ on this. We're going to get this table.
Right, and the PA system. Yeah.
And he did all the sound because he, so it was like we did it on our own, and then we didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I was going to have to put it out on my own or do Patreon, and so we shopped it to a few places, but I didn't expect much because I didn't have a stage to work out. And I was just like, this is horrible, but it worked out.
But it's good that you have like the family as a team. Like that's because it's great to have friends on the crew and like in your producing circle, but like family is like you can really lock in. There's a shorthand.
Well, it was fun for us because they were also all a part of Samantha Jane.
Oh yeah.
So it was
was this the second project or third or fourth project? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it really close after Samantha Jane?
No. Very far out. I think Samantha Jane's like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. And then at the time, my cousin in Samantha Jane just plays one of the characters. He was the director on this particular project.
Okay.
And then my brother is a music producer, actually. So he did all the scoring for Samantha Jane. So all the music, all that stuff, he did all that.
Very talented family.
I guess we didn't have anything else to do. So everybody just was like, you know what, let's learn how to do this. But
right. Did you learn a new skill during Pandy that you didn't have before?
Cooking. Yeah. Yeah.
And is like a style of cooking that you didn't know before, or like just all cooking
more
in general?
Patience with cooking.
Yeah.
I feel like I was working a lot before pandemic and I was more out on the road and stuff. So I kind of would cook quick stuff. I started learning more about ingredients and like, just, I don't know, it got more intricate and like more about the presentation and like I really got into a little chef life. Yeah. So cooking.
For me, everything is one pot. And
one pot?
It's high and fast. I put one pot in, I throw everything, it's all frozen veggies, frozen meatballs, rice, whatever.
That's kind of how I was cooking before.
Yeah, I want to get into better cooking. I would love to have a cooking show. I don't want to cook on it. I would I would love to have like a chef cook or someone who's interested in cooking. Like, teach me a new dish every week.
Oh, I'm like, what are you doing on the show then?
Oh, I either producing it or...
Oh.
So here's the big goal for when we move studios.
Okay.
And this isn't the next studio. It's probably 8 studios from now. But my dream is to have what's called the Mega Warehouse.
Ooh.
So I want like 4 or 5 podcast studios.
Nice.
A recording studio for music. A wood shop, a metal shop. A white psych to shoot like interviews and like music videos on. And then a kitchen set where we have a cooking show. And then the cooking show shoots in the morning, and then everybody gets to work at noon and has lunch together, and they go off on their separate ways.
Wow, look at this. What is this cult you're building?
It's just, and nobody works for anybody. It's all just individual partnership agreements, and it's just like a big fun house where me and my friends work.
No, that's cool. It sounds like this place I used to work at called Super Deluxe.
Okay.
It was like a media company, and they had like a really big lofty building downtown that had all kind of different rooms that you can do anything creative.
Or like Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory.
Wow, that was a dope show.
Yes.
Did you watch that?
I watched it a little bit, but I've seen the warehouse in like movies and television and like other stuff, and that's the warehouse I have my eye on.
Ooh.
If I ever get famous and rich.
I just remember him like skateboarding into like those colorful balls, and it looked really cool, or foam or whatever.
And they have all the offices upstairs. Yeah, that would be super cool.
Creative people like Wonderland. That's what.
Yeah, come here and create.
Have you been in Netflix?
The new building?
Or they're all new. I don't know. It's like a new one every other Thursday.
I've been to their stages.
Okay.
But I haven't been to their corporate offices.
I've been in the office, and I'm like, they kind of create a space like that.
Yeah.
Everyone that works there, it's like so comfortable.
Yeah.
They have everything.
The tech places are super. I've been to Google. And like, that's like, where does the work happen? There's like nap coves and like sound baths and like snacks everywhere.
That's what when I was there, I was visiting a friend. She was working on a project and she was like, come meet me for lunch. Because we were working on something together. And she invited me to come there. And I was like, this is insane. Like, no wonder everyone's like, they look happy. Like, you can get whatever food you wanted, whatever you wanted to drink. There was little nap sections. If you needed a drink, there was a bar on a certain floor.
Oh.
I was like, this place is...
Yeah.
What the hell?
I was recently shot something at Riot Forge, which is the place that makes League of Legends.
What's that?
It's the team game that they do, like, esports. They in an arena, and it's like 5 on 5. I don't play that kind of video game.
Okay.
I play console games, like shooters and stuff.
Like, you like Call of Duty and stuff?
I do. That's exactly the game that I play. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, Fortnite. Every man loves... Oh, my God.
Well, it's a real I only play when I'm on my exercise bike inside for 1 hour a day in the morning. That's it.
Wow. I used to date this guy that used to play Fortnite a lot.
Oh.
And, like, I used to never get what was going on. And he would have these headsets on, and him and his friends would just...
I can't... I can only play no build, which is not where you build the forts. Because the kids that build the forts are like...
Can you imagine women having that? A bunch of headsets and we all go like fighting like a shopping game. Like we fight.
Everybody's in the mall.
Skirt. Yeah. Like, move, bitch.
Right.
Like I got the skirt first. Like I don't know.
That's my bag.
Right. Like
yeah.
Like you think we could do that?
Like, if someone provided the platform for it, I don't know if it's necessarily like violence, but there could be.
I don't feel like I don't know. It might. That would be
Somebody's leaving a lot of money on the table, not marketing.
I think women might like violence.
Maybe.
Love and hip hop.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Hollywood.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
Is that violent?
Well, I mean, I don't watch really reality TV, but when I'm on TikTok, some people will put up clips.
Yeah.
And there's this new network called Zeus TV.
Okay.
And it's kind of like basically everyone's fighting. Like it's like the Bad Girls Club.
Okay.
Like women watch those kind of shows.
Yeah.
They enjoy someone getting a drink thrown in their face in like red.
Yeah.
In a nice outfit.
Right. Okay.
She looks great.
Maybe that's the thing. Everybody's at a dinner party and we'll see just who loses it first.
She's on that dinner party game, guys.
Right.
Like, that'd be wild.
Yeah. Waiting to catch your first meme, you know? Like, everybody's and there's that little cat at the end. The mean cat.
That'd be funny. Like, men, like, you know, because women complain when men are on the game that so long.
Yeah.
Could you imagine men being like, she's been on that dinner game all night with her friends.
You were up till 4 a.m. last night.
Going off. I couldn't sleep at all. Like,
yeah. That would be a funny sketch.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Like, look, that bitch stole my bag. Like,
right. That's my controller.
You got to get over the bag, honey. It's not real. Like, it's weird.
Maybe we'll sketch that.
I'm like, because I feel like I dated a guy who I hated that. He did that all night. And like when I was around him and his friends, that's all they were talking about. Like, dude, you slacked last night.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God.
The lady that I'm currently dating, when she first came to my apartment, she saw the Xbox and was like, oh, okay, you play video games? You're grown. And I was like, no. I don't play at night. I only play during the day. She's like, we'll see.
No, yeah. She's,
we'll see.
She's like, we'll see. I've been there before.
If I hear you talking about it.
She's like,
it's over.
You gave her flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, women have flashbacks.
Yeah. Well, she's got a 12-year-old kid that begs to play video games all day long, and she really limits his screen. Okay. She calls it screen time. I don't.
Real life dating, huh?
Real life. We're neighbors.
Oh.
Yeah, we live in the same neighborhood, which is nice.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's great.
When I moved to the beach, I put my Tinder on 1 mile, and then I matched with her like the next day.
I got off dating apps way before I think pandemic even started. I thought it was a nightmare.
It is.
It was. It gave me more anxiety than actually like thinking about dating.
Yeah. It's as if we don't get enough like, am I validated on our social media? It's like, am I seriously worthy? And I think it's a different experience for women than it is for men. And I'm not trying to be sexist, but I think guys will just like be playing their video games and they'll have Tinder and just like swipe right on everyone to see who matches them.
Or on the toilet.
Yeah.
No, gross. I don't want to be chosen in like your midday poo. No. Like his after work poo, he decided to take you out.
Yeah. Your phone should be able to determine what part of the house you're in. And lock some apps out while you're...
I don't know. I did get some boyfriends off those apps. But after a while, I was like, everyone's crazy on the app. I think this is just a place of karma.
Yeah.
No.
There's a lot of unreal accounts as well.
I know. Those bots. Yeah, I think dating is hard now.
Yeah.
I do. I tell my brother that all the time. I'm like, you got lucky, dude. You were in the normal time of... because he's been married for a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
In the norm, like, I feel like now it's rough outside.
It's rough here. It's rough here.
You think so?
I think if you go other places to people where people are more normal.
I guess so.
Like if you went back home, I think people are more normal in Chicago. I think people are more normal where I'm from.
My homegirls in Chicago say it's hard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not our age, because I'm vastly older than you, but I think as we grow, we hone in, and the more people we date, we refine who our parameters are for what we want. So our target gets smaller. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I think you also learn how to be with yourself.
True.
And then you're like, if this person's going to bring XYZ
to
the fun shit I'm doing over here, I'm good. Like, I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah. So it's a patience game. Mm-hmm. And it's going to get your groceries in real life and not getting them delivered to your house game.
I know. But we're all stuck in that.
I know. I can't. I mean, I'm like, I could waste 2 hours going to the grocery store, or I could go Amazon.com.
I'm into it again. I'm getting better at getting into going to the grocery store and like talking to people.
Yeah.
I'm introverted, extroverted anyway. Like I talk, but I'm not really into it like that.
Yeah, like you talk when you feel like it.
Yeah.
Like when you feel like talking, you'll talk to anybody, but when you don't feel like talking, you won't talk to anybody.
Yeah. I feel like most comics are always like, where have you been? We never see you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got trapped in my apartment for like months. I don't know. It was so cool there. I just couldn't.
It's got air conditioning during a heat wave.
I mean, pandemic was awesome.
I liked it.
I was living for it.
Yeah. Well, 2020 was great. 2021 was like, all right, let's wrap this up.
I mean, 2021. What was that? Omicron.
Oh, I stopped watching the news.
Omicron.
Yeah. If someone was like, hey, name all the coronaviruses, I'd be like, just shoot me.
There's only 2, right?
I thought there was like 7.
Maybe. I lost count.
Me too.
I just remember that one because I remember in 2021, people stopped. Like the texts were always, I got it, get tested. Yeah. Like, you remember that? It was like,
like everybody got an STD.
We were outside again, but it was like your friends were like, you were always at risk.
Yeah.
And it was just like still a thing.
I got the OG corona in London in January of 2020 when nobody knew what it was.
You got,
I got
you're one of those.
I brought it over. On the plane.
I love when people say I had the original.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my brother was like that.
Yeah. Well, then I didn't get it for another year and a half. I didn't get it till December of last year.
You guys' eyes get big though. Like I had the real one, the one.
I lived through the one that was killing people.
They were still trying to figure it out. You guys are like,
scientists didn't even know what we were doing.
I mean, I didn't get that one. I didn't get coronavirus at all. The entire freaking pandemic, even shooting my special. I didn't get it until Omarion, that version of it. And it was like around the Christmas time. And I kept dodging that shit.
Yeah.
And then finally, my...
last Christmas, 2021?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got it.
I went to a ugly sweater party in our neighborhood, and the whole neighborhood was quiet.
This Christmas, no one said Merry Christmas. They just said, I got it.
Yep.
Like, but I got... And you knew.
That one was like, everybody's getting it.
Everybody did get that one.
Yeah.
But you knew immediately.
Yeah, and it wasn't as bad.
I mean, I was vaccinated at that time, so it wasn't as bad, but you definitely knew you had it.
Yeah, somebody that I know was at the party. They were boosted, and I wasn't boosted, and they didn't get it. So, because I was holding off on the booster.
I waited a little bit. I remember everything seemed like it happened so fast.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what year was that when that was like everyone was just
boosting started almost a year to the day after Pandy hit. So Pandy hit March 2020. And then a year later.
Yeah, I think I got it vaccinated a year later.
I think you could start getting your booster by July, because I think the vaccine rolled out in January.
Okay.
Which was like 9-10 months later.
Yeah.
This is why people were like, this is too fast.
It
wasn't. I'm looking back, it's like, I hope I don't have a tail one day.
You think that we would have a tail?
Oh, that would be cool if you did have a tail.
I don't know. Like, vaccinations have been a thing. This isn't the first one.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody... Everyone had ADHD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the 80s. Now all the kids are autism.
Well, that's true.
What are maybe these shots are, well, I don't know what we're going to have next.
It was telepathy? I can't say.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
Our grandchildren don't have to use their mouths anymore. They can just
they
beam
won't anyway.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just stare at screens all day long.
They won't.
Well, now that we've lit the internet on fire with vaccinations and trans stuff,
we definitely talked about some shit today.
Oh, they're gonna light us up for this.
They're like, "What is this conversation?"
How about we do the lightning round, because we're right at an hour.
All right.
And the lightning round can mean whatever it wants to mean to you.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be one word answers. It could just be. There's. We already got the Vegas question out of the way. So we're gonna do. What is your favorite club/venue to perform comedy?
Ooh. I love Supernova.
Oh, that place is awesome.
I love the Hollywood Improv.
Me too.
I think all the rooms in there are pretty fun.
The staff at the Improv is amazing.
Yes.
They're kind to everyone.
I know.
Love it.
The energy is always good when you walk in there. You're like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the Factory a lot more now, so I'm enjoying that stage because I feel like over there is usually really diverse.
Yeah.
The crowd is always like, there's a lot of different things here. Let me see what this is about.
And you got the balcony.
I know.
Yeah.
So those would probably be my top.
That's cool. What's the weirdest place you ever done stand up?
Wow. On someone's porch.
Okay.
During pandemic, people
just for like 4 people or like
no,
out
it was
to
like
the yard?
It was insane. Like, so my friend had like her, I don't know how to explain the apartment, but it was like a staircase up, and then they had like there were apartment 1, 2, and 3, but you can look down. So they put a mic in front of those doors because her neighbor was also a comic. So they were able to get away with it. And at the bottom, it was just a lawn and a parking lot where people can park their cars.
Right.
They end up getting a porta potty, a table where people could buy White Claws and booze, and everyone brought lawn chairs and they watched you from above.
That's cool.
It was cool, but it was like, I'm
weird.
weird.
Yeah.
So them introducing me, I was like in an alley, and then I would come around and go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Unforgettable moment because I was extremely hungover. Oof. And I puked right before they said, "Coming to the stage, Fatimah Taliah," and I like threw up and like walked
if
up.
only you could have just held it, and then you get up on the balcony and just for everybody.
Sick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a lightweight, and I was one of those people that night it was like my friend's birthday, but I drank more than my friend.
Oh, before you went up?
No, like
the night before.
Oh,
gotcha.
Like, you ever been at, like, it's my friend's birthday, but like I'm turned.
If I get any excuse for someone to drink with me, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, I had one of those nights. It wasn't even my birthday.
As long as I can stay away from liquor, I can drink as many White Claws as I want and still function the next day.
That's the great part of those.
Yeah, but if I add one shot, see ya. Tomorrow is done.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Or if I mix anything else, if I put champagne or beer or whatever in it.
Yeah, or wine or something. Like, I like rosé. Like, if I add that, it's over.
Yeah. Well, that's a good answer. This is one of my favorite questions. What is the weirdest thing you did or saw as a kid? We're looking for like a Stand By Me moment, or like saw a clown in the woods or found a dead body, or...
I had an uncle who would babysit us, and he would drink a lot, kind of.
Awesome.
But nothing bad would happen to us, but he would drink a lot, and like he would be like not aware of shit. And I remember one time, like, I poured a bunch of bullshit into his drink. Like, I poured a lot of, like, I don't know, I think it was like syrup and like juice, and like I think my mom had some old gravy and like leftover stuff. I like kind of put it in there and whatever.
Like, slowly, a little bit at a time, he takes a sip.
He wasn't paying attention. Like, I put it all at once. I mixed it up, and he drank it. And he like puked everywhere, and he like fell down the stairs.
Oh, wow.
And me and my brother laughed really hard.
Okay.
And then I felt really bad about it in the end, but it was funny.
Have you ever admitted that to him?
Yes, and he didn't remember, so everything was fine.
Oh, so he didn't puke because of the stuff you put in his drink.
He just might have not been. Yeah.
Well, that's a great story.
He's a great guy now. He's overcome that. So.
Oh yeah.
Just a moment.
He's a friend of Bill now. That's what they say, right?
That's what they say. No, he's super religious now and doing great.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a UFO or a ghost?
Ooh. I don't think aliens fuck with me, unfortunately. Damn.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't seen one.
As much as I'm down for the cause, but ghosts, I feel like, I always think that's weird, but my grandmother used to tell me that it ran in our family.
Seeing ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I felt like, I would avoid it because I was like freaked out about it or whatever, but I would kind of know things and kind of feel things.
Okay.
And one time I was living in Chicago Heights, which is it's like a suburb outside of Chicago, and I dated a cop. And we lived in this apartment complex that people used to say that it was behind an old cemetery.
Okay.
There weren't any tombstones there, but anyway, when he would have me there, I would literally have these crazy dreams where I couldn't move, and there would always be like mobster guys in the dreams.
Wow.
That I would like see, and they were dressed like old school mobsters. Wow. And then I learned later, after I moved out of that apartment, that I guess in Chicago was a big mobster.
Very big, yeah.
And like Chicago Heights happened to be a very big place of where they would
yeah
be. Yeah. And so that all came together and I was like, no. But when I told someone the story, they were like, oh yeah, like a lot of people couldn't necessarily be buried back there because there was a lot of mobster shit going on in that town.
They needed a spot to dump the bodies.
So I think I might have met a random mobster. He didn't send me any cool messages, but he hung out in my dreams.
He hung out and just made sure you couldn't move while you were dreaming.
You know, you ever been in one of those dreams?
Yeah.
Where you're like trying to scream, or you're
in a fight, but you can't move your arms.
Yeah, like
because you're laying on your stomach.
I forget what that's called.
The name escapes me too. There's like some big medical term for it, right?
Right. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, let's look it up. That's
I was like, I don't know, but yeah, it was weird. It was a really weird story. I probably sound crazy, but
no, that's fascinating. Having mafia dreams near a mafia burial site, that's the best one so far.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I saw some weird lights when I was camping once. Like, whatever.
No aliens for me. I'm into them though.
The closest thing I've seen is the Starlink.
Okay.
With like 100 satellites in a row going by.
I always never picture them being like in space.
I don't either, but they're like, it was kind of a cloudy night, so you could just see a string of like orbiting. They're in perfect symmetry. And I've never seen anything move like that. I see the space station all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
You can look it up on the internet. It'll tell you when it's going to go over your head and how long you can see it for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're into sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would have never thought to look that up.
Yeah. I want to be one of the people on the crew that works on the first film in space. Really? That's never going to happen.
I'd be freaked the fuck out.
I would too. I used to be scared of aliens coming and killing me, but
I'm
now
not afraid of the aliens.
Yeah.
I'm like,
now
I don't
it's
know.
the oxygen.
I don't know what movie that was.
One little rock goes through that paper thin wall,
right?
And you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was some movie I saw about space back in the day, and it
Gravity.
freaked me out. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's not the aliens for me. It's just being up there and the oxygen and shit.
Yeah. Once they figure that out.
I feel like aliens are fucking with black people. I feel like
in
I'm
a bad
good.
way?
No, in a great way.
Because fucking with changed a couple years ago. Because when I grew up, it was like, I'm fucking with you, right? And now when I fuck with that is like totally different, and I'm trying to catch up.
True. I feel like they want to hang out with us.
Well, if you had a choice, right? If you visiting this planet for the first time,
right?
And you look at all the different races, who wouldn't pick black people first?
We are having a great time. We are having a good fucking time.
Best
but
style,
I would also want to
athletic.
know shit about Donald Trump.
Okay.
He's bananas. Donald Trump, Kanye West. I'm intrigued by like people
that relationship.
I'm always intrigued by outrageous people that say outrageous things, and they're like, whatever. Like, I want to know. I want to go hang out with you. I want to know what this is about.
I so desperately want to be like out on one side or the other, just saying weird shit and like driving traffic to my channel because I had a hot take on something. I just don't care. I'm so middle of the road.
Really?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are just like, I think 90% of the country is within 1 degree or 2 degrees from each other, and it's the 5% on the left and the 5% on the right that's making everybody else just fight with each other.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's politics.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm saying as far as like, now we live in this world where everything is so influential.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of wants to be the same.
Right.
When you have these two people that are like, this is what I believe. I don't give a fuck if anybody follows me. Ta-da.
Yeah.
Like, and that's it. You're like,
it would be unfortunate if aliens made contact with Kanye, because nobody's going to believe that.
That's kind of
true.
He's
so crazy that if he was like, guys, I've been gone for 2 weeks. I went to planet blah, blah, blah.
They would believe him. You think people would say he was crazy?
Unless he came back with proof. And then he would be like, I fucking told you guys the whole time that they were going to pick me first.
They probably already picked him. They're probably already wearing Yeezys.
Space shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they came down to get a picture with Yeezy. And he was like, cool, get off me. Like, I just feel like he's bizarre.
Oh, like he wouldn't even want the attention. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm famous
he's
enough.
like,
I don't need this UFO shit.
Make more money than you guys.
Wow.
He's interesting to me.
Yeah.
I think the odd ones are.
Him and I had a very interesting interaction one time.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I've told the story on the show, so I'll give you the long version later. But the abbreviated version is like very shortly after he had that interaction with Taylor on the, like he grabbed the mic. We were working together. We were doing a pickup shoot for a Beyonce video.
Okay.
And I was his I was the second AD, so I was handling the talent that day, not just him, but other people. But I was standing outside his room. He was talking to his barber. He was like, I'm going to start treating everybody the same. Everybody is a person. And he looked at me and he's like, what's your name? I go, Isaac. He goes, Isaac, you're a person and you matter. And I was like, thanks. And he's like, now go get me a coffee. And I was like, all right, Kanye, whatever you want.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You don't think he's Geminiing like Gemini's Gemini in the Gemini.
Yeah.
He came out, yeah. I don't know. I've always thought he was an erratic. And I used to, when I was having a bad day, I would watch George Bush Doesn't Care About Black People over and over because it's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Because of what was the guy that was in the video with him? His name was
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Myers.
I knew it was something like Michael Myers, but I was like, that's the wrong guy. But that's the wrong Michael Myers. But his facial expression was priceless, and I watch it over and over again.
It is. Have you ever experienced a natural disaster?
I've been in a tornado.
Oh, yeah. In Chicago?
Yes.
Okay.
That we had to run to the basement. Nothing bad happened, but it was like one of those experiences you're like, oh, it's kind of wild. But nothing dramatic, no.
Okay. We got 2 more because you already answered Vegas. What is your favorite vacation destination?
Ooh, I love anything beachy.
Yeah.
But I did really love Tulum.
Oh.
The beaches were beautiful.
I haven't made it to Tulum yet.
I like tacos.
Yes.
I don't know. They were great.
There's a new taco spot right down the street that I'm going to try as soon as I leave here.
Yeah. I'm into tacos, so that was fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
What's the travel like from Cancun to Tulum? Is it like an hour?
It's an hour. Yeah. I went for my birthday, and it was cool. You fly into Cancun, of course, and then there's an hour ride. But if you buy liquor in the airport, you can make that hour ride very fucking fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have to arrange your own transportation, or does like the resort?
Do.
See, that's the part that I would be like, that's why I haven't gone to Tulum, because I'm like, okay, how am I going to explain?
Well, the hotels kind of, some of them have it. Okay. I think the hotel I stayed at had it.
I would need to have that.
Yeah. They had a person that would drive back and forth from that particular hotel, and you just pay separately outside of the hotel. Yeah. But it's fun. It's beautiful. It's like a little island, so super fun. And I think they have like a comedy scene kind of growing down there now.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen a couple comics just like kind of island hop and they're like just start a show at an outside bar.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
Everyone travels there, so that's true. Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like to perform in Tulum.
I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can figure that out, I have a friend that's a comic right now. He moved to Mexico City for like 3 months. Yeah. He was saying there's like a scene.
Yeah.
So.
Well, JFL does JFL South, right?
Okay. I don't know.
Just for last South, they have it in Cancun.
Oh, I think I did see that. Somebody posted that last year or something I saw. Yeah.
I think it's JFL. I don't know. It's some festival. It's in Cancun.
Ooh. It's in Cancun. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know who posted that, but some comic.
I saw Josh Adam Myers did his goddamn comedy
Maybe
jam.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they killed it.
Oh, that's cool.
They said it was packed out every night. And this is my final question. Yes. This is the hardest question of the interview. What is the best meal you've ever had?
What makes a meal memorable is probably the experience.
Right.
So if I can go off of an experience, for my birthday, my lovely current boyfriend, he knows that I like sushi. Mm-hmm. So he took me to a sushi restaurant that was private and that they kind of make sushi right in front of you. And it's like a special menu and like everything's themed and everything matches with like the sake and like it was a really cool experience. And it was almost like you left. We were in Hawaii, but it was almost like we left Hawaii and went to Japan.
Wow.
It was, and then the decor and like the experience, like the whole thing. And it's very small. Like they don't do, you're not in a restaurant with a lot of people. It's like a table as small as this. And it was just me and him and then another couple. Yeah. And then the chefs. So it was a really cool experience. Wow. Like I live in West Hollywood, but I hate it.
You hate it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I'm over the Hollywood area.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to be close to the comedy clubs, but...
I am.
Yeah.
I'm very close, but it's loud, and Citizens app is never dry.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive.
I can't get on that thing.
I have it because
there's always somebody with a sword somewhere.
I was going to say that next.
Yeah.
It's always like someone was attacked with a machete.
Right.
Like, who has a machete?
Everybody. You know why?
Not everybody.
They at the, the Army surplus stores, they sell machetes for $7. Yes, I swear to God. At the Doomsday Prepper shop.
On Vine?
Anyone you find. Any Army, Navy store, any of those, you can get a poncho for $1 and you get a machete for $6. That's why there's machetes.
$6?
I'm not kidding you. I'll go buy you a machete right now.
Wow. And you say, and you get a combat jacket.
Everybody's getting machetes today.
Machetes for everybody. Oh my God. I didn't know that.
They're super cheap and they're like 2 feet long.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So we need machete control too? Ugh.
Yeah, we need knife-proof chainmail.
Well, that place is getting you ready for the zombies.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that because I don't have really good egress out of my neighborhood.
To drive out, you mean?
Yeah, like if there's a flood or zombies, I'm kind of trapped in a little area between the marina and the airport.
Shit. Oh, you're close to the airport.
You think the planes are going to take off with the zombies on them? I'm not getting on a plane with zombies.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't know if there's zombies on a plane yet.
You want to find out the hard way?
I'm like, that's true. I don't know.
I saw.
Do you get into those type of shows?
I don't do ghosts. I don't do.
Oh, really?
No, because I grew up really religious, and my parents would take me to exorcisms all the time.
What?
Oh yeah, as a child, like.
I'm sorry. Back up. How do you go to an exorcism?
Oh, they're like, everybody bring all your demons on Wednesday night because we have an exorcist coming to church. I am not kidding. And then
I'm so sorry this happened to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know what to say.
Holy water and praying.
I mean, I've seen those online. They're hilarious.
Yeah. And then every once in a while, someone would be like, yeah.
What kind of church did you go to?
It was, I was in the South. It was North Carolina. We didn't have snakes. That's what everybody asked.
Yeah, that was my.
No snakes.
Okay. I was like, what?
It's really middle of the road, like vanilla. It's like Presbyterian.
Okay. Yeah. So you grew up in a church.
Mm-hmm. Grew up super religious.
That's wild. I did, but not really. My grandfather was a deacon, though.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was pretty bad at church. I just remember having to sit next to someone and they give you the pen and paper to draw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the iPad back in the day.
So I didn't learn anything. I just, right. I had the old school iPad.
Our preacher was, what are the guys in the army that are pastors? He was one of those.
I don't know what that's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Sorry, he was the military version of a pastor. In Vietnam. So every week he just had like these war flashbacks and he was like, so we were killing all
what?
Yeah. He would just tell Vietnam stories the whole time, which was refreshing because any other
You're going to be a great comic. This is insane. This is like, what happened?
Oh. I mean, he was so old he would tell the same story over and over.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He had to put 2 telephone poles over a river and drive a Jeep on the poles to get out of a war zone. He told that one every week.
Well, he was trying to get your faith up.
Yeah. I was like,
oh, wow. That's, No, it was just hot at our church. I remember there was no air conditioning.
Oh,
and then the fans they had always had the preacher and his wife on it. It was a picture of them. And it was a lot of passing out. And covering people up. And I would just...
Were they passing out from the heat or did they get the spirit?
Who knows? They would say it would be the spirit, but they could be hot. Because she had on a lot of clothes and a wig. It just seemed too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in that kind of church. And then when I got older, my mother let us decide. I had a great mom that let us decide what we were going to believe in. So she didn't force us to go to church.
My mom's still forcing it.
Yeah. Well, now my mom does.
Yeah.
I live in, Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I have to stay prayed up.
Yep.
That's
right.
what she said.
We're out here sinning. We're out in these streets of
sin.
Yep. Mom can't wait till I move back to the good old Christian North Carolina where everybody's holy.
Is that where?
Yeah.
Okay. I have family there. I have family there in South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina is a little nicer on the coastal side, but the mountain side is.
Yeah, I mean, I visited. They're like, "Oh, be careful." Yeah. I'm like, my family lives in Georgia, so they're always like, "Yeah, it's crazy."
Yeah.
I've always lived in not liberal. Is it liberal? Yeah, liberal areas.
Liberal, yeah.
Is it conservative? Liberal?
Basically, cities are liberal and country areas are.
I've never really had any that was crazy.
Yeah. Well, let's plug all your socials one more time before we wrap this up.
It's at Fatimah Taliah. I am on everything. It's at Fatimah Taliah on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, except on TikTok. It's Fatimah_Taliah. I guess someone had my name the other way. I don't know.
Well, when you get famous enough, you can buy it from them.
Clearly. I've had somebody do that to me.
Yeah?
I guess I missed my website at one point. It was like FatimahTaliah.com, and someone bought it for me and tried to make me buy it.
Yeah.
So my next website, I had to change the name.
Yeah. IsaacAbrams.com is taken by some kind of artist. I almost didn't change my name to this because I couldn't get the website.
I mean, it sounds very like poppy, Isaac Abrams.
Yeah. But it'll just be the IsaacAbramsShow.com when it ever comes out. I don't know how to make websites, so.
Yeah. Is that even a thing now? Do we even need that?
Apparently Squarespace Squarespace has made it so easy to make a website. We wait till the end to do the ads for some reason.
I don't know if you need it.
A website?
Yeah.
I think just for the pod. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For the pod and then tour dates.
Tour dates, yes.
Tour dates and the pod. Because for some reason, like when you Google it, your SEO goes way up for your pod audio listeners if you have a website.
That's true.
This has been very fun.
This has been great. Zombies. We got it in.
We got hot takes in here. This show's going to clip up. It's going to be great.
We talked about stuff.
I was really nervous going into it, but you were very fun to talk to.
Yeah, I have a good time. I just try to be chilling.
Everywhere you go, there you are.
I guess I need to leave the damn house.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I should probably go interact with the folks.
Yeah, apparently the comics want to see you more.
No, they don't.
We haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, that's when you're like.
In other words, they say, we want to get in your business.
Yeah, then you're like, I've been on the road. They're like, wow. They turn into minions. Tell us what it's like on the road.
I'm good. I don't know if that's my vibe.
Yeah. Fatimah, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Absolutely.
It's been great.
This is awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
This is going to turn out really great. It's a 1 hour and 30 minutes. So it'll probably cut to after we get rid of all the hot take stuff. It might be an hour and 20 probably.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on the Isaac Abrams Show. I look fantastic.
That's great. I like that personal.
You just got to hype yourself up.
You got to hype yourself up.
I can do it. I'm smart and intelligent. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show. I banged the desk when I said, hey, everybody, I'm going to start over. Bang first, talk later. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show. I think I just banged the desk again, but I'm going to do it. Sorry. I just got nervous for some reason.
Good. That means it's going to be a great
That's right. It's going to be super awesome. And I'll probably leave all of this in as a funny clip.